Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Ted, and today I'm hanging out with
Nergus Dave.
And today we're going to review the Monster Pack by Limitless Adventures.
Jump down in the description below where you can find Nerdarchy, the newsletter, as well as learn how to game with us.
Alright, so I came across these guys as I was searching for other 5th edition content, and the link will be down below if you want to pick this up. It's 11 pages of ready-made monsters for your 5th edition game.
Alright, so what's that retail? $1.99?
$1.99.
So, and you've been given permission to give these away, right?
I have.
So on our monthly giveaways, we're going to just throw one in.
Yep. So the cool guys over there that I've been in contact with, they said that, you know, we're allowed to give these out as part of our monthly thing. So thank you guys. So with 11 monsters ready to go, so far we've seen some good stuff as well as a little bit of wonky.
Yeah, I only found one glaring problem with the monster pack.
And that was?
The Skeletal Guardian. It's a CR1 with 75 hit points.
That is quite a lot. Is there some kind of vulnerability or something to really let this go down?
No. There's vulnerability to bludgeoning, but I don't think it does not mitigate. You know, it's a skeletal creature. It has vulnerability bludgeoning.
If it was slashing, because most people are using axes and long swords and that kind of stuff. But no.
No, even with it being that. CR1, I don't know if it was a misprint. I don't know how that one slipped by. But, you know, to the Limitless Adventure guys, I would relook at that. But all the other ones look okay. They look decent enough. The interesting thing about these monsters is you get a stat block, you get a little bit of the write-up on the monster, it gives you suggested treasure, and then it also gives you further adventure, which is basically like ready-made plot hooks and how to use these monsters.
So it's either things that you have the ability to, how to lure the adventurers into using this monster, or once you've defeated them or encountered them, what else you can do with it. And I actually really like that. You know, I almost wish that the monster manual had done this level of detail. There's a wide range of creatures that are in here. There's some ready-made things that could be usable NPCs, such as the Apprentice Mage, Fighter Mage. There's an Abyssal Warlock. Dave and I, you know, we printed the copy up and split it in half. But we've also got a half-dragon Weavern. You've got an animated object, the Ballista, which is pretty darn cool. Found defending castle walls and the armies of powerful mercenaries and atop the towers of archmages, the animated ballista fires 10 shots before needing to be reloaded. That's just amazing in my opinion.
Where is it storing those 10 shots? So,
well, if it's an animated ballista, you know, created by powerful mages, it could literally have its own little pocket dimension that's, you know, set with the other 9 charges.
It keysters them. I have Skeletal Guardian over here, Storm Elemental, Skeletal Blue Dragon, the Dune, which is like some kind of fey monkey.
Yeah, those guys are really cool. I read those in a little bit more detail.
Half Red Dragon Wolverine. So it gives you a good mix and a good range. One of the monsters has design notes on it, and that I've seen, and the ones that I have over here, and that is the Skeletal Guardian.
Okay.
And
do we want to spoil the design notes on that one?
I will. I've always thought the skeletons were interesting and visually unsettling monsters, but they are too weak to pose much of a threat. That's why you have to lose like 50 million of them after level 1. The Skeleton Guardian is simply a tougher skeleton. They pose a more serious threat at lower levels and work well as minions at higher levels. But still, it doesn't really... Yeah, I'm still not buying the 75 hit points.
75 hit points for challenge 1. The numbers just don't add up.
No.
Other than that, I'm pretty much digging what's here. Again, the fact that they give you ready-made treasure that goes into it. You know, it's like, oh, and you know, it could be like, oh, this guy carries for like the fighter mage. You get addition to their arms and armor. You can have 3d6 gold. It's a little bit light for a challenge 3, but once you factor in, oh, well, they might have decent gear and that kind of stuff, then you might be able to get a little bit more out of them, or the DM could add more treasure on top of what's there, but you have a nice base to start with.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking here at the Storm Elemental, right? And I'm looking, at the hooks. Like, so it gives like 3 different hooks. And it's just one sentence, but an idea if you're like, hey, how could you use this?
Right.
For instance, a Marrow Druid summons a Storm Elemental to disrupt shipping lanes. A ritual spell meant to bring rain to an impoverished farming community instead summons a Storm Elemental. Oops. A rift on the material plane has formed where the elemental plane of air overlaps with the elemental plane of water, and storm elementals are being formed. So, like, that's some cool stuff there. Some good ideas, and they're a little bit different. I like the overlapping planes,
Right.
where the idea is that it's not so much that the storm elemental is a thing, but this convergence of the 2 planes on the prime is creating them and just like pumping them out like a factory.
So I think just the further adventure section of these things, really make this a worthwhile purchase, so that you can be able to, like, oh man, I need something for tonight. Oh, let me turn to these things, and you can literally look and figure out, like, all right, what do I want to do here?
Yeah, I mean, it's really a small thing, but sometimes it's the little things that help help churn the butter between your ears and help you crank out that session or that idea you needed for tonight.
Right. Well, as a DM for 20 plus 30 plus years, there's times that you especially if you're gaming week after week, that it's like, well, what do I do?
You just want a fresh perspective.
And by having these things, you've got something that can jog something, or be like, well, all right, I'm going to just straight up use this.
Well, absolutely, this is kind of stuff that's nice as fillers.
Yes.
Between if you have an ongoing campaign and you're going kind of from like adventure to adventure, like these long story arcs, and you're just like, you know what? Tonight we just need a break, and it's like kind of like not a one shot, but within the game it's a one shot adventure that's it's a
little deviation. There's times that
a palate cleanser.
You can't always be working on the current quest.
Yes.
There's times that you need to have this branch, and you need to go off something, whether it be a 1-story arc or a 3-session arc. And you get these things that it's like, all right, well, here's the chance to do something different. Here's the chance to mix something in that hasn't been a part of your regular campaign. And, this small little paragraph of a section, can give you some of these awesome things. Like with the Pestilence Harpy, it says, several children have gone missing, lured deep into the swamp by the harpy's song. Rumors abound of a black dragon slain from its lair, and that the only thing standing between the party and a dragon's horde is a flock of pestilence harpies. A rare fungus that is known to grow in a harpy nest is needed to create a cure.
The black dragon would just like spawn this idea in my head, right? What if like this black dragon corpse is kind of in like this is dead in this corrupted well? Almost like if I don't know, dude. If you guys remember, there's an old trilogy, the Moonsea trilogy in Forgotten Realms.
Nice.
It's called. I think it was the Darkwalker trilogy. I'm not quite sure. Darkwalker was one of the books. Darkwell was like another one. I think I'm reaching it.
It's going back a ways.
Yeah, but it was one of the first trilogies in Forgotten Realms. And it kind of makes me think of the Dark Wells, basically these like enchanted druid pools that were being corrupted. Well, if you took something like that with this dead dragon corpse, right? And what if it's not that the pestilence harpies are the only thing between you and the horde? What if the corpse rotting in this enchanted pool is actually creating them? So it's like the dragon is laying there dead with these festering wounds, but instead of it decomposing the way it's supposed to, the meat is rotting and
spawning these creatures are just spoiling the things that are there,
or both. Kind of like both. So and that's like I haven't even really looked through that monster yet, and just reading that one sentence is like, oh, that gives me an idea.
And that's what this section is specifically meant to do. Like, and as creators of story content, like we're supposed to get inspired by these things, and there's times that you just can't come up with the stuff on your own. So just that inspiration from somebody else's words can be incredibly helpful.
So $1.99, you know, why not give it? You know, I'd say give it a shot. There's some good stuff, some interesting stuff. So I'm curious to see what they come out in the future. Like we said, when we do our giveaways, we're just gonna throw these in with them in the monthly giveaway. Very much thank you, Limitless Adventures. You said they also have a bunch of like mini.
They've got little adventure paths that that they have there as well. I just started talking to them. I've got a couple other things to look at before I go any further, but. Monsters as a DM, I'm always looking for new stuff. So that was my first thing.
Something your players haven't seen before.
Absolutely.
So we will put the link in the description below, so you guys can check out Limitless Adventure. Thank you once again, and while you guys are at it, don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe.
You can head over to the nerdarchy.com and check out the articles there.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.